Hey kids, how's it shaking? Oh boy. Oh my god, my house is a disaster. I still have a gigantic, actually 3 gigantic boxes full of guts from Reader's Digest sitting on the floor. Anyway, you guys would not believe what my little like nest looks like after I get finished making a series of journals. It's crazy. Anyway, so no, I'm not complaining. Okay, so I finished the lap books, the Reader's Digest lap books, and I got them all listed. So there should be 10 gorgeous pictures of each one for each listing. I didn't really do a part 4 of the kind of like make along series of videos because what I did was really kind of, I don't know, didn't really warrant making a video, I guess. I did add some tags and things like that on the spine here, the big spine. I did make that a pocket, you remember, and then I just made like a pretty long skinny tag to go in there, and that was where I attached the name tag. So these are some watch repair tags that I actually got from Carla, and so I went ahead and just gave each of these little guys a name, and I try to choose names that were, popular names of the era. So I went with women's names from the 40s, popular names from the 40s. Although this one is much earlier than that, because this is my grandmother's name. Her name was Goldia. And so I went ahead and put, I named her Goldia because on the little book plate here, there's a picture of my grandma, Goldia. So, because this one was my favorite. This is my favorite cover. So I just think it's beautiful. Anyway, so I went ahead and did just an elastic closure, super simple. It just goes through this other spine. I was gonna, maybe take it and wrap it all the way around the journal, but I thought this is just easy, right there. Plus, since I did not do the flat pens that I thought could fit right there, and it's probably better that I didn't, because this is kind of tight. When this comes up, it's kind of tight right there, and I didn't really want to start putting pressure on the spine here. So anyway, so that's where it goes through. See, it's just 2 little holes, and then feed the elastic through and just tie it in a knot, and that way you can, tighten it or loosen it, or you could even put something else in there if you wanted to. If you wanted to put some seam binding through there, you could probably manage to squeeze it through those holes. So anyway, and then just did a little charm on each one. I had picked up these owls. They've got like little rhinestones and stuff in them, and they're super cute. And I thought owls were a pretty popular motif kind of in the 50s and 60s, So I thought that was kind of fitting. And then I just used a piece, some kind of random piece from some junk jewelry on the bottom underneath, because it's actually got a little loop at the bottom. So the owls are new, but this is like a vintage piece of junk jewelry. Okay, and then that's just on a short little piece of chain with a clasp, so you can, take that off if you want to put it on something else or whatever. Anyway, and then just a little drawer pull as the little hook for your elastic, and I left that empty so you could insert something in there if you want to. You could put your name, you could put your favorite word, or some kind of inspiring little quote or something, and there is enough space there to slide it in. Okay, and then you might want to add a couple drops of glue or something, but that's fastened down pretty tight. And then I went ahead and did the pockets, the fabric pockets on the front inside cover, and then also I added one on the back cover here. Okay, so those tags that I was working on, you remember I was making all those collages with the you know, the like the marbled papers and stuff from all those ledgers. So I went ahead and just made some simple tags, inserted those in the pocket. So there's like 5 or 6 in each journal. And then some of the like shorter little strips I just made into little tickets, you know. No, don't want to waste any of the offcuts, you know. And then I added 2 little pockets here in this wide spine. So these are just like, you know, some little kind of narrow little pockets that you can just tuck things into. If you have a flat pen, that would be a good place to maybe tuck it in. And then I just layered in a bunch of ephemera pieces in this section here. Some of those little French word cards, some original photographs, some little, some of the smaller flashcards, some Tunidex cards, and then added a couple of the end papers from the Reader's Digest. I just folded them up. It's sort of into an envelope sort of shape. Some little word strips, things like that. There's a couple here. And then I went ahead and just made 2 very simple little junk journals, blank junk journals that are inserted in the elastic. Okay, so this is, there's 2 pieces of elastic on this spine, and then hold on, let me move this mountain of journals over, and then there's 2 also on this spine here. Okay, so those will, you could add to that, or you know, you move things around. Like you could move both of the little journals to here and put the little folios both over here, or vice versa, or whatever. But everything is, you know, kind of movable. So I'm trying to grab this elastic. Oh my God. Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay. I added a little bundle of wallpaper scraps in here. So in case you want to do some collaging in your journal, or, you know, whatever, there's little stack of just little scraps of vintage wallpaper. Okay. And that's just clipped on there. Okay. And then, so here's the first little folio. I did do the ribbon closure on each of them. So one of them, I kind of made it like a little kit. So it's like a little tag kit, kind of make your own tag. So I used some really nice watercolor paper that I cut into some tag shapes. This is some of that sort of metallic kind of really cool cardstock that I got from Renee. Some pieces of, you know, file folder, some more like kind of medium size tags, some that are just made out of craft paper, some more watercolor paper, and then some other little skinny ones over on this side. Okay, so you get a nice little assortment of tags that you can embellish or do whatever you want with. And then I added a sheet of the little reinforcers that I actually inked and then did some stamping on. Okay, so I just tucked that in there. So it's kind of a cool little kit, I thought. And then obviously these are covered with the old vintage wallpaper. And I did find out that wallpaper was actually like from like the 1900s, so it's really old. Anyway, and then in this pocket here, in kind of the third little section, I just put some ephemera type pieces in there, a couple of postcards that I love because of the writing on them. Like I didn't even really pay attention to what was on the front. You know, some of them are newer, some are older. But I love just, you know, the postage and the handwriting and all that kind of stuff is really fun to use in collage. And then this is one of those newer, these are like little places to visit in Paris. And so it gives you like a little snippet of street map there. It's like a walking tour. So you would follow this map and then you would go and see this place that's written on the back. Okay, so this is just like a cool little card that you can play around with. And then here's the second little journal. And then on the other little folio, added some ephemera, some other larger like flashcards and things for you to embellish and play around with. Added one of those little jewelry repair envelopes. So then it just kind of folds up like that. And you can tie this back up. Now, if this annoys you, you know, tying the ribbon, you kind of get used to it after a while. I mean, you know, it takes a little, you know, anyway, a little fiddling, but anyway, so you could always, you know, do something else for a closure on that. You could add just like a little circle and a string here and make a little string closure, or take it off completely. It doesn't really have to be there. Anyway, and then just inserted some more tags in the back, a couple of sort of naked ones that, you know, you can play around with and, you know, do whatever you want with. Okay. I didn't do any toppers on any of the tags because they just get so bulky, you know. Anyway, so then when you want to close your journal, basically you want everything facing that way, and then you just start rolling it up. Okay, and it rolls up just like that. Okay, and then on the other side of the spine, you've got the original spine from one of the Reader's Digest covers also. Okay, so this is Goldia. They're not numbered, they're all just named. So that's Goldia. And then we've got, who is this? This is Pauline. Okay, so here's the little charm on Pauline. Again, this is a new piece. This is little, these are really cool little charms. They're actually like a spacer that you would use for making a bracelet or whatever. These are little sections from a bracelet that I took apart and just added a little jump ring through the corner there and made it into a little charm. So there's the spine. And here's Pauline. Kind of fun, you know. It was fun trying to figure out how to put these together, and, you know, trying to make them user friendly. That's always in my head. Like, I always want to, I'm not going to open every one of these, but so this is Esther. And Esther's got this kind of cool little charm, kind of like a ocean sort of themed cover, I guess. But I thought this kind of looked like the Eiffel Tower, this little charm here. It's not actually the Eiffel Tower, but of course it's not. The Eiffel Tower is gigantic. Anyway, little piece here. I don't even know if that is a real amethyst on there, but it could be. You never know. Anyway, so this is Esther. And this is Gwyneth. And again, new piece and then an old vintage piece for the charm. There's the little book plate. I thought this looked kind of foresty, like deep woods or something, you know, so that's why I put the little mushroom plate on there. And there's the spine. Oh, here's the other cover that I used. I tried to represent both of the book covers that I use on each journal. So you've got the front cover from one and then the back cover from the other one. Obviously, I used 2 book covers for each one of these journals. And this is Elizabeth. This is the one that was kind of like my prototype. So there is some stitching around the edges of this one. I did decide to not do that on the rest of them because it was just too much of a pain in the you-know-what. My needle my thread kept breaking, and I tried 3 different sewing machines to do it. And I don't know why I had such a hard time with these. I normally don't, but anyway. So there's only like 2 2, maybe 3 journals that actually have some stitching on them. The rest of them don't. Anyway, so this is Elizabeth. There's the little book plate on her. There's the back. I accidentally put this cover on upside down. These flowers are upside down on here. Drives me crazy when I do that, but it is what it is. It adds character, right? Okay, so this is Ida. And there's the little book plate. It's actually a postage stamp that I fussy cut the little figure out when I glued it in there. And there's the back cover. So this one does have some stitching just around the edges. That's Ida. I love that name. Okay, and this is Vera. So Vera's got this kind of cool little faceted glass bead on there, little glass charm. And I love these. I just love the Reader's Digest book covers. They're so pretty. Anyway, and there's the back. I actually kind of like them without the stitching around the border. For some reason, it seems, I don't know, it just looks more elegant, I think. Anyway, so this one's Ida, or no, Vera, sorry. And this one is kind of similar. It's from the same year. This is June. Okay, so there's the spine. And, you know, you could certainly, like, put your name here or something, because that's what that is, obviously, from your library. And then this one has the little owl with a little heart-shaped, faceted, I think it's a resin or plastic kind of little piece, but but it's still kind of cool. Who is this? Yeah, this is June. There's the little book plate. And there's the spine. Oh, and the back. There's the back. And let's see. So this one is Lilith. There's the spine. Love these tags. So cool. Sometimes you have to kind of work it in there. It's kind of tight, but it should loosen up over time. There's the little charm on Lilith and the book plate. Here's the spine and the back. Okay, so that is Lilith. And then this one is Clara, and she's got a little owl, and then this kind of cute little, almost looks like a ladybug sort of charm, vintage junk jewelry kind of charm. And there's the spine with the tag, and there's the book plate, and the other spine, and the back. Okay, that's kind of similar. Oh no, never mind. I thought oh yeah, it's the same one as this one. I thought it looked familiar. And then 2 more. So this one is Charlotte. So this one has this really cool little, like a star sapphire looking charm in it. I don't know if it's authentic or not, but it's a pretty old piece, so it's possible. I kind of think it's man-made, but, you know, maybe not. Anyway, and then, what is that? There's something in there. Some kind of little piece in there. Well, I'm just going to leave it in there. I think it was from the manufacturing process. There's like this little, hold on. Let's see if I can get that out easily. It's like a little stone. There we go. Yeah, it was like a little piece of, looks like vermiculite or something. I don't know. Anyway, it was kind of caught in this little charm. So this is new. This is old. Okay. There's the little book plate and the spine, the other spine, and then there's the back. Okay. And then the last one, this is Florence. And I used another one of those flowers, and then this cool little heart with all these little tiny rhinestones in it. It's kind of pretty. It's a vintage little piece. So there's the spine and the front, and there's the other spine, and then there's the back. Okay, so like I said, these are all listed. They're actually selling, it sounds like. So if you've been interested in one of these, now's the time. And price does include shipping in the US. They weigh about 1.5 pounds. So if you're interested in one and you live outside the United States, to Canada, shipping is about $20. Canada is generally going to be the most expensive shipping unless you live in like New Caledonia or something like that. But $20 or so, I think, is about what it would cost to ship to Australia, maybe, too. You know, Australia and Canada are generally the two places that I check because they're kind of most expensive. But yeah, so these guys are all done. These were really fun to work on, and I hope if you've been wanting one that you're able to go and grab one. Okay. All right. So there's the stack. Okay. I love you guys. And thanks for, making along with me. That was pretty cool. I do have a couple of little projects that I think I'm going to do video. I'm going to make some little notepads, and I might do one making the little fabric pockets too, because I have a way of doing that that's kind of cool and makes them more durable and more kind of less bulky. So anyway, okay guys, love you. All right. I'll put a link in the description to my Etsy shop and also my email in case you need it. Okay. All right. Bye. For real this time. Okay. Bye.